Hello, hey there, this is Benjamin Bogonko, an inspirational speaker and also a teacher. In this video, I'm going to share with you the signs and indications that you are in a toxic relationship. First of all, before I even share with you those signs, what does the word toxic mean? Have you ever thought about it? I'm sure you've heard about toxins that enter in our bodies and affects our bodies. If you check quickly, the meaning of the word toxic is something poisonous. But in this case, because I'm specifically talking about any form of relationship, whether it's a love relationship, family relationship, work relationship, so long as it's a relationship, toxic is a poison that gets into your body from another person or other people and poisons you. And in this moment, it poisons your heart and makes you become sick. So once your heart has been poisoned, then your body also gets the same poison from your heart to other parts of the body. Now, how do you know that you are actually in a toxic relationship? There are several signs. One of them, obviously, it's every moment you are dealing with arguments. Arguments after argument. Now, I'm not saying that in relationships you can never avoid arguments. What I mean, in relationships you can have a disagreement between the two of you. It's perfectly okay. Any normal, healthy relationship, the two people together will always have some disagreements. But the moment those disagreements turn out into arguments, shouting, yelling, cussing, and even calling each other names, going quiet for several days, even months without talking or texting, then you're obviously in a very toxic relationship. Another sign to look out for when you're in a toxic relationship, you're always anxious. You are waiting for another blow up of another scandal, another drama, another heartache, another break. You're not relaxed. You can't even remember the day that when you were planning to have a date or a conversation or a phone call, if you're in a long distance relationship, that things were going to end up very smoothly, happily, letting go and just say, hey, I just want to spend some time with this guy and let's have some good time and forget about everything. But every time you're in a toxic relationship, you don't let go every other thing that is happening in your life and you're not relaxed to enjoy the moment together with this person. There's another sign that you need to look out for. Generally speaking, when you are in a toxic relationship, happiness levels compared to the moment that you're sad are very low. Any person who is in a toxic relationship cannot even recall the last time he or she was feeling generally happy to be with that person, to sleep with that person, to talk with that person, to have a good time with that person. Sadness is much more than happiness between the two of you. Then, in addition to that, toxic relationships, as I mentioned, it's like a poison. When the poison comes into your body, affects even your immune system. It's true, the people who are living in a toxic relationship, their immune system is also compromised. They become sick easily, they have constant headaches, they have low appetite, or they have abnormal eating habits. Generally, their body and their brain and their immune system are not working normally because it's draining to be in a toxic relationship. The more you're trying to make things work, the other person is dragging you down. You're trying to make the relationship to move on very well, but it's becoming too much for you, and even your body gives up in handling the stress levels and these energy levels that you are losing in trying to make things work between the two of you. Toxic relationships, sometimes when you are in them, you find yourself giving excuses and justifying the behaviors and habits of the other person. If you constantly find yourself saying, okay, I think he's going to change. We have come a long way. Surely this is not as bad as other people's relationships are. You begin to compare your relationship with your family member or with another person and say that yours is much better than others. If you keep on justifying this person's behavior, the way they are abusive, the way they are shouting, the way they drink, the way they cheat on you, and say that is how relationships are, basing in fact even on your past relationships. If you are in another toxic relationship and you bumped into a new one, now you're in it, you begin to say, okay, I think this is how relationships are supposed to be. No one is perfect. I mean, if I leave him, then what next? Where should I go? How do I get another person? How will I now become a single parent? What will I do on my own? When you justify these people's behaviors that are hurting you, you are obviously in a very toxic relationship. Last but not least, when you're in a toxic relationship, you live in a hope of change. You're left in a situation where you're thinking and saying, I think things are going to get better. He's going to change. Maybe this is just my soulmate. What if this is the one for me? Have you ever heard of that statement, that this is the one? So every time you're saying, I hope, I believe this guy is going to change, let me give him some time. You never know. He's now become a father. We have just got another child. The third child is here. The fourth child is here. I think he's going to change. By the time you realize, weeks have moved and changed into months. Months have moved and changed into years. And now, when you sit down and look back, the last time that you are happy together with that person, you can't even recall. You have no idea how much you have been living in a very toxic relationship. Remember this. If you're a parent and you're watching this, toxic relationships and toxic people poison you, and that poison moves from you and extends to other innocent people, including your children, your workmates, your neighbors, strangers, and other people around you. Remember that all the time. Now, if you learned something about this video today, I want you to do me a favor. Click down there on the right corner. Subscribe to this YouTube channel for you to receive another new content. But more importantly, I request you to share this video to any friend or family member. And I thank you so much for finding time to watch this video today. Until the next video, please take care of yourself and move away from toxic relationships and toxic people. Thank you, goodbye, and be safe.